watching the #1 podcast in the whole entire wrestling community. And I'm one of your hosts, Juanzo.
And I'm your other host, Jean-Paul Leek.
And together we are...
Rope
Break. How's every single one of you, family? Time to talk about NXT UK. A pretty good show. We got like another match for like the #1 contender for the Heritage Cup. And also like more interesting news. Somebody's kind of going rebel here. So, what do you think, Paul? Really good stuff or no?
Yeah, I mean, this week NXT UK, pretty solid show. Another one where, we maybe didn't see the champion again, but we're going to see, some of Ilya next week. So that's good. So maybe not another star-packed episode, but like you said, good Heritage Cup match, some more development in the women's division. So overall, I'd say pretty good episode NXT UK.
Exactly. So no, we're going to get really excited, but before all the excitement, we want to just express really quick condolences about Daphne. Fortunately, she passed away today. There was a lot of concern yesterday. She did a live stream. She was a little depressed, saying things that maybe could have been saved up, could have been solved. Somebody could have been just next to her or doing some company. Fortunately, that didn't happen. This is not the kind of news that we like to deliver, but condolences for the family, for all of her friends, family, loved ones. This sucks. And also, for all of you that watch us, we can do some kind of inspire anybody. If you have issues like that, please talk to somebody. Talk to us, put it in the comments. And I'm being serious, we can help you. We can get somebody that is going to be next to you because those things are really hurtful, right, Paul?
Oh, yeah, it's not, and it's not worth it to, to do this stuff. But unfortunately, sometimes people they're pushed there and, it's a sad thing. You don't want to see it.
Exactly. So, Daphne, thank you for everything that you did for us. We're fans. Thank you for your art, and we'll miss you. That's what we're going to say. And, don't forget, family, AEW Dynamite, 100th episode. It wasn't that good. CM Punk and Darby Allin, finally, they gave us the reasons why they're going to fight. A lot of things also about this show. Awful ending. Paul and I just, analyze everything. And, a lot of people are excited about All Out. It's going to be here on Raw Break Live. I mean, if the show is way better than this, I'll be happy, Paul, because this was not good at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was just... you said the go-home show for All Out, 100th episode. We were expecting more. A little disappointing, but, I think that's what we kind of come to expect from Dynamite. They have the ability and, the power to give us something great, but most of the time it's just...
They always fail. Yeah. They always backed out. You're right, Paul. So let's talk about, what NXT UK gave us at the beginning. We already see this match last week. You did a great, wonderful review. Len Davenport was going to fight Nina Samuels, and they didn't even turn out to be a match because during Nina's entrance... Then Blair starts to attack and then delivers the Michinoku driver of the Falcon Arrow, very similar move, and done. Samuels never came back up. We got to see a lot of she was really injured, and then Blair goes completely nuts on her. As she does that, then Sid Scala comes out, and also she does the same thing onto Sid Scala, the Falcon Arrow. So Blair seems to be going unhinged. What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, this was I was kind of wondering where they were going with this because she hit that, like you said, the match didn't go anywhere, whatever. She attacked Sid, and then we see officials, you see kind of people telling her to get out of here, get out of the ring and everything. And I'm like, are they gonna play some kind of storyline where she gets in trouble, she gets suspended, or you're gonna have to do something later on in the show. You saw Sid, they had a neck brace on him and everything. So, they were showing that. So I wonder what they're going to do with this. I mean, yeah, there it is, But this was crazy. I'm like, they're really setting her up, I guess, to make her seem like this crazy,
Is that how you get to Meiko Satomura, though, Paul?
Yeah,
what's going on here? I don't
understand.
I don't understand. She's going to go back to New Japan?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't understand where, because to me, it's if you attack somebody like this, that's not to reward them with a championship match. So I really don't know where they're going with this.
I really don't know, but that was the beginning of NXT UK. Then we got a promo by Jeannie and also Joseph Connors. Of course, we saw this wonderful match with Eva Valkyrie, no holds bar. Also Connors was right there inside of the cage. These girls gave us probably, for me, one of the best matches in 2021. Maybe I'm going too far with it. Maybe I'm not going too far, but the feud is not over yet, which bothers me just a bit because we already have a winner. So what can you do, to make this more interesting anymore? What stipulation are you going to add, Paul? Jeannie seems pissed, so tell me.
I mean, I don't know if they're really continuing this feud. I know, they showed that, they said Eva Valkyrie was hurt in the match and she's going to be out for a little while, and they didn't really say how long. I think it maybe be a month or two. It seems like it's going to be a couple of weeks or so. But they were trying to maybe use it like, okay, Ginny lost, but let's try to put her over where it's like, yeah, I may have lost the match, but look who's
But I'm
injured.
still
Look,
here.
yeah, but
I'm
look
still
who's
here. I'm
not
still
injured.
standing. I'm
Everything,
showing my face to the world. Where's Eva Valkyrie? So, like you said, maybe that they can use that, and that's good because see, like they find ways to still give us like good promos by them despite of the loss. So we'll see what
yeah.
happens. I hope that Eva Valkyrie is not injured. I mean, I'm just saying, but still, like you said, that is going to be for me that the match with Meiko Satomura and the title involved. We'll see that maybe in like a few months from now. So also we got to see like these guys, Maloney and also Parker. They're a tag team. They're kind of like enhancement talent for the now, but also they have like they're pretty good like wrestlers. I like the chemistry between the two. They're going against Mastiff and of course Jack Starks. Just because these guys need to be winning some matches. They need to be more portrayed more as a tag team. We need to believe that they're a tag team. So what did you think about this match? To me, decent, and also like it does what it's supposed to do. Make us believe that like Mastiff and Jack Stars are actually a believable tag team.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely did that, and I mean maybe it went a little bit too long because you should really try to establish, these guys, but they're not trying to bury, the other guys too. Like say, yeah, they're enhancement talent, but Jack Stars was an enhancement talent, not too long ago, and now we see, they're pushing him, so they still try to get these guys over, but obviously, like I said, the main focus here was Jack Stars, Mastiff. To me, they're still the guys who I think are going to win the tag titles. I think they're going to be the underdog team that beats Pretty Deadly. And, even though we did kind of see where Pretty Deadly's, maybe their next feud's going to go. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like the feud with Mustache Mountain that they had, everything, but this upcoming...
This was not bad. This was not bad at all because, like you said, we saw this, and he's a massive cannonball right there. But like, of course, Dave Mastiff, they got the win, and it was cool. Like, and they get like finally again they were looking at each other. It's like, okay, you see, we can do this. You see, we can do this. So that was really great. And like you said, maybe these are the guys that are gonna feud at some point with like Pretty Deadly. That should be the right progression. But we're gonna get some news on that in just a little bit. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube under the original Rubric. Right there, family. Just also like give us some love, just give us like some good comments and also like subscribe to the channel. So Paul, like you said, like these guys get the win, which is pretty interesting, but like we're gonna say Pretty Deadly acting a little bit like themselves, right? Showing a little of the cake, all of that, like they're on TikTok, they're doing some stuff, but we got to see the guys from Gallus. We get to see Joe Coffey and Mark Coffey, and they're like, hey, you know what, guys, that maybe you don't deserve that anymore. So maybe you see that there's gonna be a match because Joe Coffey just lost to Rampage Brown, and then they threw Lewis Howley, I think it was on the water, and there you go. So I mean, I don't know what to say because Gallus were the ones that gave the titles to this guy. So I don't know if it make justice or it will be a good idea to just give the titles back to them.
Yeah, like I said, that's why we've been saying it on our reviews on Tuesdays. Like, give us the Grizzled Young Veterans, give us Imperium, give us these other teams to really spice up this division. And so I said the feud with Mustache Mountain was so good. And then it's like, okay, this really established Pretty Deadly. Now you got Gallus pushing them in the water and laughing at them, making them look like clowns. I don't like that, And it's, again, the whole, TikTok. I mean, it was bad. I don't, you finally portrayed the tag champs legit. Now you go, you took 2 steps backwards. So I didn't like this. Hopefully they beat Gallus because, like you said, that's the team they won for the titles. It would be stupid to drop it back to them.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, Paul. And like tomorrow, like next week, we're gonna see like this is gonna like we don't really have to see it because we already seen the match. So they're gonna like relive. They're gonna have like that. They're gonna add more commentary. Probably Nigel McGuinness is gonna enhance like the brutality of the match. They're gonna have all the WWE superstars talking about this. So it's gonna be like this. Ilya Dragunov and Walter. A lot of people saying that this is the best match of 2021. I'm not so sure about that. Like you said, I always keep the one from last year, but a lot of people are praising this because it took place in America. Do you disagree? Do you agree, Paul?
No, I mean I definitely like it. It's definitely in my top, I would say 5, maybe even top 3 matches so far this year. It was really good. I love seeing Ilya win the title, but I mean, I think a lot of people are hyping it up because Walter, it was the end of his reign. I think if Walter would have retained, I don't think the match would have been as, grandiose.
Or like getting all the attention from people. Yeah, like you said, that's important right now. Now let's talk about like Ilya McKenzie. And Amelia McKenzie she wins against Amel. A match that like Amel should have won here. At least Amel had like the better match. She put all the effort. Like I like the moves, everything, the offense. But McKenzie, I guess the baby faces have to go over because they probably have better things for her. Mel, but like I like this. Like Mel is growing as a wrestler. Like Meiko Satomura really helped her out to make her come out of like that shell. But what did you think? Because I enjoy even the final sequence. Absolutely great.
Yeah, I mean, I like this match. Mel, I think she gets better and she's believable. When she cuts a promo, when she's in the ring, she doesn't look like a deer in the headlights. She has like the emotion, and she sells herself legit. Mackenzie's a good wrestler and everything, so this wasn't bad. Maybe a little bit long. I thought, okay, they're giving these women like 10 minutes or so, but some pretty good back and forth. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be some kind of maybe a screwy finish or something where like this, it's going to be a feud that continues or something. But then to have the babyface just get the win right away, I was like, that doesn't do really too much with a Mel, or do too good for her because, Amelia McKenzie's going to be with Mako. So she's always going to be kind of featured because she's Mako's like protege.
Yeah.
But if Amel loses, what does Amel do? It's like, then what?
Exactly. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but like hopefully like Amel gets something better because again she's getting better in the ring. Like when she did like that big knee and she was getting ready for like the spine buster that she does and then the pinning. I was like, it's all good. It's going to be done. But no, Amelia. But we'll see what happens. NXT, I guess, UK wants to like give one baby face, one heel. You know what they do. So Saxon Huxley, like he needs a partner because the guys from Symbiosis, they said they're going to have a 6-man tag next week. So like obviously Carter and also like this tag team that they have here, like they're actually going to support Huxley. So we're going to see this match next week. Symbiosis against Saxon Huxley, Oliver Carter, and Ashton Smith. What did you think of this one? Like Huxley's like just like unhinged. I was like,
yeah, and I mean this is a feud where I really don't understand, where you're going to go because you think, okay, we saw Oliver Carter, Ashton Smith. They've been featuring these guys recently. Saxon Huxley, finally got a win. But we said, Symbiosis, they show these, creepy video packages where the guys are, it's almost like they're going insane. They're shaking their heads. You have creepy music, all this stuff. You think, okay, are these really just a jobber? Are you going to do this much effort for just a jobber tag team, or are they going to actually get a win here? So I don't know what you're going to do with this. I mean, I like it, but I think if Symbiosis don't start winning some kind of feuds, especially no offense to these three guys, but, I think these three, are kind of lower on the card. The Saxon, Huxley, Oliver Smith. Like if Symbiosis don't beat them, then it'll be really hard. Yeah, then it'll be really hard. Yeah, exactly. Then it'll be really hard to kind of, expect these guys to really win anything. So.
I agree with you. Like it doesn't make sense. We'll see. Next week, a lot of our questions are going to have answers. Also, we're going to see Gradwell going against Wolfgang, and that's going to be for the #1 contender for the Heritage Cup. So we're going to see this match again, but at least it was good that they actually refreshed our memories and said, hey, last time we beat each other, you opened me up, I was busted open, all those things, there was blood involved, and it's like, well, I'm more like a technical wrestler, you're just a big dude, and so you see a little bit of pieces to have a good match here, so I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully Gradwell was over. I'm rooting for Gradwell here.
Yeah, I like Gradwell. I mean, Wolfgang, he was tag champ. You push this guy. I think now's Gradwell's time. He's a legit promo. And like the same thing I said about Amelia. Even if she loses, she's still with the champ. She's still with somebody. Even if Wolfgang loses, he's still in Gallus. He's still in a group. But if Gradwell loses, then again, he just looks like a loser. So I think
exactly. So they need to like watch out the booking. And talking about watch out the booking, we're gonna go to the main event because they did justice to that. They actually gave us what we needed, and that was gonna be Nathan Frazier going against Teoman, of course, with Rajan Raja, and good match. Of course, like the first rounds are like the same. It's like something that I keep saying, so I'm not gonna say it again. But like the first round they don't do anything. I mean, it's just like filling each other up. But then at least in the second round we got to see the first pinfall, and that was thanks to Raja because like he took a big move from like Nathan Frazier, and then Teoman took the advantage. But overall, what do you think, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I thought, a lot of intensity from these guys. Teoman's legit. Frazier's legit. He sold for Teoman, when Teoman took over. And, but he made his comeback. But like you said, the distraction, not even a distraction, just kind of like, just being in his corner and everything, the numbers advantage, that big sliding forearm, took him out 1, 2, 3. And I kind of like, even though it was just a small package, it was like a roll up, however you want to call it. But like when I believe it was in the third round, then when Frazier tied it up, he hit like a spine buster, but it was like into a small package, and it was like 1, 2, 3. So then we see it's 1-1, and at this point, I really didn't know. I thought, okay, if Frazier's gonna win, I would have rather seen Frazier get the first fall than Teoman than Frazier, just so it's not like, oh, he gets 2 pinfalls in a row, and then Teoman looks like a loser. But no, we didn't see that. Teoman, when he surprisingly, I don't even know what you would call it, that like move that he hit.
He did like what do I call it here? It was just like it was just like he rolled him over. He rolled him over, very kind of like what like Jordan Grace does, like the Grace driver. Very similar to that move. It's just like a palm handle slam. He turns it and then he slams it. So that's what it was. But like even everybody, you said it, like Nigel, everybody like in commentary, they're like, oh, he brought something new because we were waiting for what, the crossface. But no, he didn't do that. He does this move and then completely pulls out Nathan Frazier, which is good. There was no really intervention aside of like the first round from like Raja. So that's good because it also solidifies Teoman. And Nathan Frazier, like you said, he doesn't need the win. He'll be fine. Nobody's gonna cry about it. But Teoman goes over to the next round, and he's gonna be going against the winner of Wolfgang and Gradwell. So in the end, we got to see a Teoman that wins. This guy deserves like probably like to win the whole thing, or like Noam Dar. One of the two for me, just because they can do competition for Tyler Bate and also win the cup. And like you said, have one babyface chase. A kid, one of them.
Yeah, Tyler Bate is a babyface, so it would honestly make sense for a heel to win this. And you said it perfectly, to chase. Nobody wants to see a heel chase the title. But if you have the title on a heel, Nathan Frazier, like you said, he's one of the guys, or a kid, whoever, somebody is a perfect babyface to chase, this. So I'm fine with Frazier losing. I think Teoman needs to win more. He needs to be solidified, put over more. And, this is good. And I mean, to me, like I said, him, Kenny Williams, or Noam Dar, any of those 3 guys to win, I'd be happy with that.
Exactly. So family, that was pretty much NXT UK. See how quickly it was? It was nice, enjoyable. That's why we love this show. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be live for Smackdown. Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor is on Universal Championship match. So be with us for that. So don't forget, subscribe to the original Rope Break on YouTube and where else.
And make sure you follow us Rope Break on Facebook, OG Rope Break on Twitter, Original Rope Break on Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok, and of course right here on YouTube, the home of the #1 podcast in the YouTube wrestling community, the Original Rope Break.
So family, we'll see you tomorrow then. You and me have one more thing that is left to say, and that is...